Hello guys, welcome to our English talk show. Today we are very honored to have invited an old friend back on our show, Mr.Olivier De Spiegeleir.
Hello.
Hello.
Ni
Olivier,
hao.
welcome
Ni
back
hao.
to our talk show. Welcome back to China.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be here again.
So what brings you here this time?
So I have a tournée of 10 concerts in different cities, in Beijing, but also in Chengdu, Harbin and Shanghai, and also Suzhou.
Wow, that shows how popular you are and you're needed by lots of people here. You have a lot of fans here.
Begins.
Could you please say hi to your fans in China?
I'm sorry?
Could you please say hi
Hi.
to your fans?
Ni hao. Ni hao.
Yeah, you know, as a musician, music means a lot to you, right? Could you please tell us specifically what music means to you?
For me, the most important thing is to share emotions. And as you know, we talked about it. In my opinion, there are two different types of communication.
What are they?
One, on the one hand, the language, and the other hand, the music. And as you know, Debussy told that music begins when language ends.
Wow.
But then I think that there can be even more to say about that.
How?
Because the language is made of words and expressions that have a direct meaning, of course.
Yeah.
While the music is made of sounds which don't have a true meaning, but can make you dream and imagine. And so the music can perhaps surpass the language on a global scale, in my opinion.
Very well said. Yeah, indeed. So actually, when we dream and imagine, actual meaning can become more, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's kind of a better way
Yes,
to express
because
emotions.
the language brings a direct meaning and leads to the understanding of a message if you speak the same language. While the music is open to all possibilities and everyone can feel it as he can, as he wants to.
Yeah, indeed. Can sometimes the language and music be linked?
Yes, they are of course be linked. For example, in poetry,
Yeah.
the musicality of the words that are used creates an artistic growth, I should say, and even a new meaning that is greater than the simple meaning of the word.
Yeah.
And also on the other side, when words are sung to music or accompanied by music, this leads to a complementary emotion.
Yeah, wow, very good. I really agree with you.
A pleasure.
Could you please tell us when did you first start playing the piano and how did this all start off?
I started at 8, about 50 years ago.
Wow.
Because my father was an amateur musician, he played piano and organ. And my sister played the piano and I wanted to do like her.
Wow. You wanted to surpass your sister?
Yes. And I was very young. My parents made me attend a concert of a great Hungarian pianist, Georgi Cifra, in Brussels. And I really wanted, when I was staring to him, I really wanted to do that job, which is to share with the audience what music makes me feel.
Wow, that's exactly what you are doing now.
I'm trying to do that.
Do you still remember the first time, how you felt at the concert?
When I was very young,
Yeah.
I was very stressed because I was not sure about the pieces I was going to play. No, I'm sure about the pieces, but I'm never sure about the emotion that I can bring. So it's each time, a new difficulty to encounter.
Wow, so that challenge can really help people grow, right?
It grows all
And
life.
improve.
During all the life, it's increasing because when you get older, you are less satisfied with what you do. So it's very difficult. Also, when you get a little older.
Yeah, so you're perfecting your skills. You are on the way to perfection.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that shows your high standard for
Yes.
your performance.
In French, I say, plus on mûrit, plus on devient exigeant.
What does it mean?
The more you are mature, the more you want to make the best.
I see. The older you are, the better you want to become.
Yes.
Very good. And can you tell us, in your life in general, what is important to you?
Many things are so important for me. My wife, my children,
Your
of
family?
course. I have 2 children, a son and a daughter.
Wow.
And also my music school in Brussels. We have about 1,000 students, music students.
Wow.
And of course my concerts.
I know your concert is quite special, especially designed
Yes,
by you.
yes,
That
yes.
is the typical feature of your concert. Can you tell us what that feature is?
Yes, in a few words, you can call it donc récital de piano commenté, there's commented piano recitals, and I can do it in English, but also in French, in Dutch, and in German. And I speak myself to the audience before each piece. Not to give explanations, because you can find explanations in some books and so on the radio and everywhere, but some words about poetry, about the life of the composers, about their style, about the music that I'm going to play. And it, for me, it creates a contact with the audience, and I think the exchange with the public is more intense.
Yeah, I see. And you can really also help the audience better appreciate the language or the music you play, and also the emotions you are expressing.
Right, right. And even when I'm playing, they remember what I said, and when I'm speaking, they remember what I played. It is a combination of the two, and even more, I think it's very interesting and attractive for the public to see that the pianist can also speak, because a lot of pianists don't do that.
Yeah.
They come on the stage, they play, and they go out.
Yeah, maybe the only words they will say is just hello and thank you, because speaking on the stage
it's very difficult.
Yeah, it creates a distraction, right?
Yes,
and when you're
you
playing
have
piano, you
the
have to
blood in your
concentrate.
head with concentration, like to make a lecture, and then suddenly in 2 or 3 seconds you must be concentrated on your fingers. But I do it.
How did you manage to do it? It's very challenging and difficult.
Experience, I think. 30 years ago I began, so I have 2 parts in myself. One is speaking, one is playing.
Very good. So I really encourage you guys, if you get a chance to attend Olivier's concert, you'll definitely love it, because you will get a better understanding of all the music that he plays, and it's really, really beautiful and impressive.
Thank you. And sometimes I read also poetry extracts, because you remember last year it was music about love, and so I read love poetry, and it refers to what we said, that poetry and music can go together and rehearse everything to
uplift the meaning to a higher level, right?
To a higher level.
Very good. And also, I know you classical music is something you're really in love with.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how does classical culture work in modern life?
I think that classical culture is very important.
Why so?
Because classical culture exists even in pop music, you know. The chords and the structure of the pieces are based on classical music, but a little simplified. I would say for faster use. And with many repetitions. And but classical is very important. It's like column of a temple. These columns are removed, the temple collapses. You can't. A lot of popular musicians have studied classical music, also jazzmen too, and then they went on another way. But it is a part of the culture.
So it's like foundation. Right?
Foundation.
Yeah, classical music is the foundation.
Yes. That's the right word. Yeah.
Wow.
It's sometimes difficult today to make the young people understand that classical music is an important foundation, as you say, of the society.
Yeah.
Because today everything is going very fast, and we do not always take enough time to concentrate, to get into classical music. But if you learn to, if you decide, in order to go more deeply, I'm sure this will double your pleasure.
Wow, So remember that classical music is the foundation, and if you really go into deep of the classical
Yes.
music, it can really help you and double your pleasure
Yes, of course.
from enjoying the music.
Yes, well, in other part of art in paintings. I remember when I was with my father in an exposition. Then you look at the great painter. You can have a look for 2 minutes. Okay, wonderful Rembrandt, Van Gogh. But you can also take a seat and be there 1 hour and look at it deeply, and then you get it. But you must take time.
And concentration.
And
right?
concentration.
You have to concentrate, and you can really find the deep meaning,
Yes.
a better understanding of artworks.
Must take the time to do that.
Wow. Well, very well said. Thank you, thank you. That's really deep and very meaningful. We really learned much from you. You know, I read an article about the review of your performance. One review says that you are the best pianist who ever played to Alice. Which is the most popular piano piece.
That was a recording I made from the Bagatelle of Beethoven. And the exact title is For Elise.
For Elise. Oh,
For
sorry.
Elise.
I thought it was
And
King
in
Elise.
German it's Für Elise. And
Yeah, exactly. That's the
and
one.
that it was a review of a record review in USA, and they wrote, yes, indeed, that it was the best bar.
Yeah. So, what do you think? What do you think of it?
Oh, perhaps they are right. No, it's not important. The performer is not so important. The important thing is the music.
Yeah.
So the best of Beethoven is For Elise. You know, that's not me or another pianist. That's Beethoven, the more important. But of course, the pianists are necessary and useful. Otherwise, you can't listen to them. But the best is Beethoven.
Oh wow.
No.
Yeah, I know also many Chinese pianist learners. They like to play for Elise.
Yes,
yeah.
of course.
Any suggestion can give to them how they can play that piece well?
We told it in the last concert because that music is very special. If you look at it a little closer, there is some hesitation to begin, and then falling, but the fall is a little sad.
Oh.
You must remember that when you play it, it must not be ta ta da da dee dee dee, but dee da dee da dee da dee 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 doo da.
The tone
There's something,
kind of
yes,
decreases.
and it's going,
sad.
yes.
Oh.
It falls in the heart. Dee dee doo da, da dee da dee, da da dee do, and then again dee da dee da dee da dee 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 doo da. That's very important.
So love is a mixture of sweet and
To try
bitterness.
to place oneself on the place of the composer, what we think he was thinking while writing the piece.
Yeah. So what's your understanding of what he was thinking when he was writing the piece?
It was a little sad, I think. A little sad, and could be in love with a young pupil who was named Elise. And
A young pupil? His pupil? Like his student?
Yes, a student. Yeah, he had a lot of students, of course.
Oh, okay.
And
It's a
can
love
be.
affair between the teacher and the student.
Yes, yes, it was that happened often with Beethoven.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
So he got his inspirations for that. Okay.
it can be.
You know, enterprising spirit is a quite hot topic. Many young people in China they often discuss about. Would like to know what's your understanding of it?
And I always like to recover etymology of the word, and in French language, enterprising, entreprendre.
What does it mean?
It comes from the word emprendre, it's an old word. That means to start something, to start to perform something. And I think that is vital for any human being to start something from nothing. To put together a project, a realization, to go from inertia to movement. That's for me enterprising.
Wow.
That's the difference between we and a rock. An animal, a plant can enterprise something because he can make life with sun and with rocks. But we human beings can touch the soul, can make the mind function also from nothing. Especially in art, we can do magnificent things.
Yep.
That's for me enterprising.
Create something new.
Yes, new.
And magnificent.
From inertia, from silence for the music to movement, and that's sounds and emotions. And I would like, if I may, insist about the action of playing a piece in music. Playing a musical piece, even if we repeat it a lot of times on different moments, it's always a first time.
Always the first time. Wow.
Since it takes place during a new period of time, in our general time, the time of the player, the time of the audience, the universal time. When attending a live concert, the public starts to watch an artist who takes the risk to play at that moment on that place for that audience.
So that moment is unique.
Exactly. The audience starts to listen to someone who is enterprising something that is going to happen and to be developed between them, between public and artist.
Yeah.
And that happening will never be the same.
Never be the same.
Even if the same musician plays on the same place, the same piece, for the same audience, on the same piano.
Wow. Every time is something new. Yeah, very unique.
That's exciting and that's a wonderful thing.
So what, can you tell us what you were thinking usually before you go on stage to play the piano in front of the audience?
I try to think this is the first time and it's also the last time.
Wow.
So it must be the best you can do ever. But hopefully there will be another time to do it better.
So next time is even better. So you keep, that's the reason why pianists like Olivier keeps getting better and better. Yeah.
We try to, yeah.
And you never get tired of attending his concerts, because every time is this the first time and also the last time. Every time something really uniquely beautiful.
And sometimes when I play very far from home, I will be in South America in next March, and when I begin the concert, I'm playing and I say, oh, wonderful, a piano, music, public. I'm born to do this because I feel myself on that place, just at the moment when I play something for someone. That's the only thing.
Thank you. So before we finish up here, any other words you might want to say to our audience?
I would like to say that I was very happy to meet you. See you next time. Bye bye.